you think that really helps in terms of he's playing 9-ball, in terms of visualization and realizing what's needed?
Yeah, without a doubt. I think certain situations come up in 9-ball, whether it be a bank or one of these little kick shots, or even kind of seeing a shot, seeing some vision, having the vision to play the shot. Obviously, you've still got to pop balls, large portion of the game. He's knocking the balls in and running out. This looks like a bit of a dead heat.
Wow, that's close, isn't it? At the racetrack, you'd have the photo finish.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit excited here, just relag. Not what they're doing here, unless Fedor thinks he's won it, so he's just trying to prove a point. But if it's that tight, we used to just go again.
All very scientific. I'll tell you what, if the match is as close as the lag, it's going to be an absolute thriller.
I make it the 8-ball.
And as we've touched on, if you have a winner's break format, which is in operation here, and you win the lag, it can get you off to a flying start.
Not the start for the world number 1. It was a good break. Fortunately, it was just the unlucky cannon on the break.
A couple of matches already nicely underway. Walter Lakra continuing his momentum from the previous round. He's 2-0 up on Johan Chur. 2-0 also for Yannick Pongas over Victor Zielinski. And really here, this is just the kind of chance you want early doors, Cole.
Yeah, all the balls are in the open. Doesn't mean he's going to get the job done. We've seen it a million times. 8-ball to the 9. That's going to have to be played well.
I've really enjoyed my 3 days here at the Wolves Den. It's a wonderful club. Talking to Corey Walford, the owner, just before this match began, Cole and I, he's telling us it's been here now for 6 years. It's a vibrant place, clearly loved by the community, and I think it's going to go from strength to strength. It's certainly a terrific venue for a tournament like this. The one thing I will be quite relieved to see the end of, though, the different coloured 4 and 5 ball. Getting back to normal at the US Open will help. It's been straining the old grey matter.
Yeah, these are the traditional colours used throughout the USA. I think we've done well, actually.
I made one mental error, but I didn't actually vocalise it. I was almost on the point of doing so, and then I realised my mistake.
Okay, where's he going to leave the cue ball? For the 8, that is. Choosing to leave this angle. Does he go forward with right, or does he come back with low left?
Now that could mould the entire match. It was a horrible sound of an absolutely gross miscue.
Yeah, and he hit the 8-ball, so Fedor will shoot from there. It's a sign of poor cueing, like he's put a quick one in.
Not saying you need to take all of your chances against Fedor, but you need to take a very high percentage of them. This is a gift. 4 months and change to Christmas. But that's Pecelj's gift to Fedor. 1-0 to the runaway world number 1. See whether the Fedor Gorst break is working at maximum efficiency. It wasn't a bad break in the the opening rack. It didn't really work out because of the scratch, of course, but oh, he's flashing them in. He's flashing them in. And it looks as though there's a shot through to the two, whether it's... Yeah, potting angle, debatable.
Yeah, I don't think you can see a single piece of this too, so it's going to be the rollout. Teasing his opponent.
Throwing down the gauntlet, maybe.
Well, it looks like he's gearing up to have a go. Fedor teased him. Aleksa fell into the trap. I mean, just right after you've miscued and you're trying to jack up and spear a ball, I'm not so sure about that decision.
Yeah, Gorst would have put that into his mental computation. And he would have thought that Pecelj was second favourite to knock in the two, and he was right.
Got a bit of an angle here, so he should be okay. Probably just deciding where he wants to shoot the 7. It can go up in the upper top left corner. You know, 2 rails back out for that left corner bag. Lex will be sat in the chair, still thinking about his miscue. Thinking I could have been 1-0 up with the break.
He's only 25 years of age, Gorst. Celebrated his birthday on the 31st of May this year. Well, he celebrates his birthday on the 31st of May every year, actually, but 25 he was, and so it's been another fine year financially. But of course, he wants another few big titles to add to his resume.
This is all a little bit clustered in the centre of the table. The issue here is wherever he rolls out to, he's kind of leaving an easy safety. So he's got to be careful. Just because all the ball's in the middle of the table, so Fedor better hide that cue ball somewhere, I'm sure of it.
At the end of this rack, we'll give you the updated scores from the other 7 matches that are going on in the last 32 right now. And as you might imagine, some very interesting contests taking place and developing.
Well, going for the pot, no real point. Looks pretty straight. If he's got a bit of an angle, he might go for the pot because he can power through the ball. Tough one, though. I think he's trying to go off the extreme left edge with the right spin. Yeah, decent.
He doesn't miss many tricks, does he? Not such a good year for Aleksa Pecelj as his opponent, as you might imagine, but it's not been bad. Tends to always cash in the big Matchroom majors. He was last 64 European Open and World Championship, last 16 of the UK Open, same in Florida last week. And of course, he knows what it takes to go to the latter stages of the US Open. He was semi-finalist in 2023.
Yeah, Aleksa's not the quickest player either, is it?
Of course, Colin and I watching the main table at the big World Nineball Tour ranking events. It's always with a shot clock, and you do really notice the difference, Colin. I'd say always, we had a few technical difficulties in the early days of the World Championship in Saudi Arabia. But generally speaking, on the main table, it is a 30-second shot clock with a 30-second extension, 1 per player per rack.
Look at the shot Fedor's going for here. Wow, that was just sublime. It was awkward that you could see him sitting on the table, one leg on the floor, and then he had to be careful with the green 6 that he didn't touch it. What a great jump shot.
He's across everything, Gorst. He knows exactly what's going on in any particular tournament. He'll be aware of just how well Shane Van Boening played last night. And maybe That will incentivise him to put down a marker himself with a really good performance.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's as good as a shot you like to see all day. Such a wide angle, and just to softly kill the stun shot in there was beautiful.
You tend to use this word a lot when Gorst is playing. I certainly do, and I know Cole does as well. It's class, isn't he? Class. And he epitomises the word professional as well. Conducts himself with dignity and real smooth operator. And he is the opposite of the enthusiastic amateur. Yes, he's still enthusiastic, of course he is, he loves the game. But he's a hard-nosed businessman pro. He wants to extract every last greenback out of every last tournament he plays in.
Yeah, he's just trying to visualise the cannon off balls. Yeah, that's fine. You can see he just flicked the green.
There's a song playing in the room at the moment called Runaway Train, and I think that applies to Fedor Gorst. He could be a runaway train in this match. As soon as Pecelj miscued in the opening rack, you just got the sense this might be one of those matches where Gorst absolutely dominates.
Yeah, that's a little light. Just playing it with the stun right and spin.
Yeah, just caught it too thick, didn't he? That's why it wobbled. He hit that 7 ball into the heart of the pocket. I think the white would have travelled on a little more. Might still have been short call, but I think he would have been as short as this. This is a tester now.
Oh, he's missed it. It's not fluke the 9, surely. No, it's not. So, chance here for Aleksa. A chance I'm sure he thought he would not get in rack 3. Missed it by some way, to be fair, Gorst.
Yes, and it's a chance that you have to believe Pecelj must take. He has taken it very nicely.
Yeah, that's going to make him feel good all of a sudden. It's amazing what that 8-ball miss from Fedor can do.
4-4. How about this for a scoreline? Pecelj leads Francisco Sanchez Ruiz 4-0.
Yeah, Zielinski and Pongas have played 8 racks. That's good going. That 8 racks compared to 3 here on the match table. That's 5 rack difference.
Yeah, I think they played 2 racks when this started, but they're still well ahead in terms of the pace of the contest. Well, that does nothing, does it, in terms of momentum for Pecelj? Have you ever played either of these two, Cole? Or were you before their time?
Yeah, I was before their time. I stopped playing in 2016, really, 2017. So what would Fedor have been then? Call it 9 years ago, so 16, is that right?
Yeah, 16, yeah. So pondering the push-out. Just looking at the time, you know, locally, it is 20 past noon. Now, the next 8 matches in the last 32 are supposed to start at 1. There's no way. So I think we're a little bit behind schedule here.
Yeah, this is going to get really late here. Especially if Aleksa don't play a push out in the next 3 minutes.
I detected a note of sarcasm there, Carl. I know you're no fan of ponderous play, slow play.
Maybe I need to learn to keep this mouth shut. It's got me in a lot of bother over the years. Sure, yours hasn't, Phil. You love the old fence.
Now, in this, I actually agree with you. I think there should be some kind of stipulation. I'm not suggesting a restrictive shot clock or anything like that, but sometimes the players just grind to a halt. There's so much at stake. And if they've got a complex decision and it keeps running through their mind, it's almost, well, I used this phrase earlier this week, I'll use it again, paralysis by analysis. Nothing paralysing Pecelj. He's now 5-0 up on FSR.
Take this as you will, but Aleksa must have took 2 minutes, would you have said, on that push?
Yeah, definitely.
And he rolled out to an easy kick and stick. I mean, what is going on? Fedor just put the extension on the back of the cue, put a bit of spin on it, and played a kick and stick. I mean, what kind of push out with that?
Without any great thought.
Yeah, didn't even have to line it up, really. It's wild.
He's definitely got commitment issues. Can't commit to the shot. Cole's sitting here shaking his head in disbelief. Box office doesn't like what he's seeing.
No, I think it'll be time for him to get the cue back out. Freaky, you know. I mean, listen, Aleksa, you'll do well to get on the TV table in Atlantic City, pal. Luckily, we'll have a shot clock on it, but you won't be getting my vote.
And this is coming from a man who just said that his mouth gets him into trouble, and now he's coming out with all of these contentious statements.
But Phil, what is going on here? What is he doing? It just doesn't take this long. He can go off the left rail and hit it, or he can play a jump shot. That's it. He's got two options. There's no third, fourth, or fifth. Just make your mind up.
And in the end, it wasn't worth waiting for.
I wonder if he can hear me because we're quite close to the table.
Yeah, you're worried now, aren't you?
No, I'm not worried. It's just
The coward of the county's coming out there.
no. It's all fun and games. I'm not scared to tell him to his face, Phil. You know that. But you know, I just think it doesn't help him though as well. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely true. I completely agree. I think if you play too slowly, your own worst enemy. Now, he didn't succeed in the last rack. Played a poor positional shot from 7 to 8 and missed the 8. Undercut it. But I'd be surprised if he didn't get out here. Very good cueist, Gorst. All the lines are correct. The timing is good. And that was a better positional shot from 7 to 8 than the one that indirectly cost him rack 3. Gorst has his 2 rack advantage restored. He leads Aleksa Pecelj 3-1. 1-0 up on Fedor and Waterlaker at 4-3 over Johan Chur.
No look at the red 3. I don't know if Fedor will be tempted with the jump shot. Obviously, that would be scary for us mere mortals, but he's a different beast with his cue.
Is he the best?
Oh, yeah, I mean, without a doubt. He just makes just more pots than anybody else, especially now the pockets have been shimmed up to 4 inches. This is such a tough shot. He's a bit worried about the ball near his hand as well. He's got to land it on the 3 as well, I think. Point proven.
Being so good at one department of the game is such an asset. It reminds me actually of a snooker player, Karen Wilson, who won the World Championship last year. He is the best player I've ever seen with the rest. And it's not just the fact he knocks in so many pots using the bridge, but it's also the way he controls the cue ball with it. And I think it's very reminiscent of Gorst when it comes to jumping. It's such a golden asset to have. Platinum asset, actually.
Yeah, the fact that he had to land it on the red 3 as well. That's what made it such a special shot from Gorst. Clearly just gets through the cue ball straighter than anyone as well. It's very easy to twist your cue a little bit and put a bit of unwanted spin on it.
You won't know the definitive answer to this call. I don't think anyone does, but you just wonder whether it's a natural attribute or whether he practiced it to the nth degree.
Yeah, knowing Fedor, he's put hour upon hour. I'm not saying he reminds me of Steve Davis when he cues, but out of all the pool players, he's as textbook as it may come.
Carl, honestly, that is spooky. I was thinking exactly the same thought in the previous rack. Honestly.
That's because we spent 10 hours in a car together, Phil.
Your YouTube video is going on here, isn't it, about the road trip?
It is. 3 p.m. today. Head over to my channel. It's just my name, Cowboys, and you'll see me and Phil having a little fun on the road.
And it's all fun for Fedor Gorst, apart from the third rack. He leads Aleksa Pecelj 4-1 now. For a short break, Fedor Gorst wants to get back to business. He's all business. And it's interesting, actually, because if he were to win this match, which looks likely at the moment, his opponent in the last 16 would be Duong Quoc Wang. Now, that match on WNT TV and the Billiard Sports Network over in Vietnam would be watched by many people. Vietnam's finest against the player who's most popular in Vietnam.
can just flick off the right side of this. Play the 2 on the top rail, get some distance, try and get him behind the 9. Obviously not tight in behind the 9, but kind of where his chalk is might be the plan. That will also do. In behind the purple 4 ball. Another great safety from Gorst.
That's the intimidating thing about Gorst. He's got no weakness. He can play under pressure. His tactical game is astute in the extreme. He's technically very good, so he can pot a good ball. He can bank balls with the best of them. He won the Derby City Classic banks this year. And of course, we talked about his extraordinary jumping qualities as well. So how do you beat him? Well, you try and stick with him, and you certainly have to bring your best. And so far, Pecelj has not done that. Francisco Sanchez-Ruiz in all kinds of trouble, wasn't he, when he was 5-0 down to Pecelj? He's now only 5-4 behind. What a turnaround there.
Watch out, scratch in the upper left. Oh, he's missed the ball altogether, and this was all due to the position Gorst put him in. He put him under so much pressure.
Jeremy Jones always insists that the primary concern is making contact. Because, of course, the penalty for failing to do so is ball in hand, and when you've got a table like this, where everything barring 7 and 9 being close together is in the open, Gorst is going to make hay while the sun shines.
Yeah, you see the little angle he's left here, so he can just come down to where his Q-tip is. They'll play for the 7 in the same hole here, just spin round off 2 rails. All about the pace and the spin here. Yeah, this is good.
It is going to be 5-1 almost. Certainly. Right in 9. The Gorst show to continue. playing some lovely pool. 5-1 it is. Now just a look out into the arena where Kwopo Cheng on table 5. He might have weathered a storm because he was 5-0 up. Francisco Sanchez Ruiz got it back to 5-4. But Kwo won rack 10. And it looks as though he's going to win rack 11 as well.
Yeah, table 8 is Johan Chua against Walter Laker. That table is actually tied at 5 apiece. Chua's at the table.
One of the most one-sided matches out there. Max Lechner 6-0 up on Claudio Cacci. The most one-sided is Duan Kwok Wang. 7-0 now over Lee Van Cortese.
Yeah, what about table 7 as well? 6-0 up on Claudio Cacci.
I think all in all, he'll be quite pleased with his break. It's been pretty good. Not talking about this specific break, I'm talking about in general in the match.
Yeah, I think if you was to ask Jeremy Jones or Scott, or even if you were desperate and you had to ask me, we would put Gorst in the top 3 breakers in the world. Hits it so consistent. He's having a look at the 9-ball here, as well as potting the red 3 in the corner.
Well, of course, he could pot the 3, make contact with the 9 and be unlucky and leave himself hooked on the 4, but that's unlikely. Well, he was in such a case of split concentration, he missed the 3 by a mile. That's a rare mental error from Gorst. And just the kind of lifeline that Schultz needed throwing to him. Just consumed with that kiss on the 9, wasn't he? And that's why an otherwise, well, not elementary pot, but certainly routine pot was missed by quite some way.
Yeah, it's given Aleksa a little bit of hope here. This must be tight.
Alexa's father commentates on pool in Serbia. Gets to call his son's matches. That one must be a unique experience. We've said this before, but I think this really does apply this time. I think it's a must-win rack for Pecelj, especially given that he was allowed back to the table in surprising circumstances.
of felt he needed a little bit of help from his opponent, Fedor. Usually doesn't happen, but Fedor missed a trick there. Not going to get too many chances to come back in a match against the world number one.
I thought that was going 6-1. I'm sure Carl and a lot of you watching at home thought that so too. Fedor catchy. 6-5, Johan Chua over Walter Lakra. And Victor Zielinski and Yannick Ponga 7-7. Oh, lucky. What about the one ball? Is it obscured in terms of the potting angle, Carl?
I have a feeling he can get through to it, Phil.
Yeah, the overhead shot suggests he can. The other two scores I didn't give you. Alex Gazakis now 4-2 up on John Morrow. That's slow moving. Lucas Fracasso Werner 4-3 over Yu Jui An. Yeah, the one went in easily.
Yeah, and the side's been really bit off the rail. That's why he's landed straight on this blue two. He'll probably play a stop shot. That way he's got angle on red 3. He can get up near the orange 5. And it's a sniff, this. It's a decent opportunity. Just get to 2 behind in a match where, well, it's not been great so far. Yeah, he's okay. I think he hit one of the points in that corner pocket. Now, what angle has he got, if any? He's going to have to force it.
Wong Kok Wang whitewashed Lee Van Cortese 9-0. So the Vietnamese star is the first player into the last 16. He awaits the winner of the match we are watching right now.
What a wild result that is.
And it means Lee Van Cortese's 2 defeats here have both been 9-0. It's really strange, you know, he was practicing this kind of shot before the start of the match. You might recall if you watched our practice racks, he was practicing this shot an awful lot. It's obviously one that's caught him out this week. That's why you would practice them.
Just a couple of balls away from making this 5-3. You would have bet a few dollars on Gorst going 6-1 up with the opportunity he had. Didn't take it through a lifeline.
Yes, and Gorst's inability to knock in the 3 when he was trying to nudge in the 9 as well. This goes to prove that you need to have 100% concentration.
Also, don't forget to head over to Billiard Sport Network over on YouTube and give the page a follow, leave a comment, hit some likes. Bringing pool to you wherever you are in the world. It's Aleksa to break, and it's 5-3. Dry break, no good.
Zhuang Kwok-Wang might not be the only player to complete a whitewash in this round. Max Lechner, 8-0 up on Claudio Cacci. He's not kicked on, has he, the younger Cacci, since he got to the semi-final of the World Championship?
Yeah, I noticed, because they're just kind of playing on the table behind you. Phil Lechner's wearing Apple AirPods while he's playing. A little bit bizarre.
Well done to Earl Strickland, because Strickland at the Florida Open requested the tournament organisers to wear noise-cancelling headphones, and the request was denied. For obvious reasons. You could see the body language of Pecelj, not happy with that one. Clear path to the 1. Johan Chua on the hill against Walter Laker of Sweden. It's 8-5, and I can tell you Chua is at the table potting balls, so maybe the end is neither.
Yeah, Walter got off to a good start in that match, but Chua was patient.
Claudio Cacci has averted the whitewash. He's just won rack 9 to trail Max Lechner 8-1. There is no way Jan Chur is going to miss the 9-ball. He's addressing right now. He doesn't miss it. And last year's Hanoi Open champion, who was an integral part of the Reyes Cup team for Asia, who defeated Europe, well, Chur has overcome Walter Lakra by 9 racks to 5. So he joins Duong Kok Wang in the last 16.
Well, we've been here before. Here comes the short stick.
It's almost an identical shot. He's actually got a bigger difference between, or a bigger distance between the cue ball and the intervening ball than the last time, but it's essentially the same kind of category of shot.
We've been here before, Phil.
Like a clockwork.
3 from 3 with the short stick. And all 3 were actually very difficult jump shots. Made them look like they were hangers, and obviously on that one he had to even draw the cue ball back a little bit.
Po Cheng on the hill against the man who preceded Gorst as the world champion. Let's go Sanchez Ruiz. Quo leads 8-6. So if he wins the next rack, it will mean that the first 3 players into the last 16 are all from Asia. Talked about all of these strengths and very few weaknesses. I think one of his biggest assets is that he doesn't really respond to the scoreboard, in the sense that if the other guy's coming back at him, he's never one to panic. If he's well behind, he doesn't panic either. If he's well in front, more than likely, although not in this match, he keeps his foot on the gas. He just plays good pool, regardless of the situation, regardless of the scorecard.
Yeah, he's a workhorse, isn't he? Just loves competing as well. That's the other thing. He likes to be out there. He's a winner.
And the remarkable thing is, when he won the World 9-Ball Championship in Saudi Arabia last year, any seasoned observer of Fedor Gorst would say he didn't play his best. He didn't play anywhere near his best, and he still became world champion. Came back from massive deficits in so many matches. He was 7-0 down to Amir Ali of Iraq. He lost his first match. He won 3 matches hill-hill, another 3 by 2 racks. And of course in the final against Eklund Kachi, it was hill-hill. That infamous scratch that Carl called before Kachi was guilty of it. And suddenly, Gorst, having not played to top form, was the champion. So mini rally from Aleksa Pecelj. She's over.
We're back at the Harrah's Resort in Atlantic City for the US Open. It is one of the most prestigious events in the calendar.
Record breakers, history makers, it's that time. Let's